Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Paladins video. It looks like it's my job to keep you guys updated on the patch notes because we actually got updated patch notes for everything that is actually currently in the PTS and that has been changed for however long the PTS has been out, for about a week and a half now, going on almost about 2 weeks already. So they didn't even tweet this out. They didn't tweet it on the official account. They actually updated the patch notes earlier today. The official Discord didn't put any notification out. The official Paladins Twitter never did. The only person that actually did was the community manager. So, and if those of you guys that don't have social media probably don't even know anything about the PTS balance currently. So mainly that's why I'm doing this video. I also got a few other things like news type things around the game to talk about. Thunderbrush actually left the game, along with one of the other devs that actually got taken from the game and actually moved to a different game, which we'll talk about. So, but mainly the balance changes. I'm going to kind of go through these pretty quick, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you guys like these types of videos, let me know by showing some support. Leave a like, subscribe, share. Let's get right into this. Let's start off with Trials of the Realm. This is actually new. I don't think this was actually in the original patch notes. We are reevaluating the Trials of the Realm system, so we will not be releasing Trials for 23.1, which is Season 6 launch patch, pretty much. But stay tuned for future announcements. So what are we supposed to do now? We're getting no cosmetics or anything from the Trials of the Realm, and no free crystals for this entire patch. So are they going to pay us back double for this next patch afterwards when they decide what they want to do? Because we missed out an entire update full of free crystals and free cosmetics. They don't say that though. I guarantee you we're not going to get repayment for our crystals that we all missed and everything, because they want to change something that isn't broken and that they changed like 5 times already to something else. I don't know. Really stupid. Trials of the Realm. We won't even have any Trials of the Realm for this next patch, y'all. For Season 6 launch. Really, really sad. What else we got here? I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff on the patch notes as well. They actually finally put like art of some of the champions and stuff, like finally going into the patch. If you guys want to go check that out, feel free to go check it out. Bounty Store. Bounty Store and the marketplace are actually confirmed now to actually be closing a part of Season 6. Bounty skins you own will be kept, and any leftover bounty coins and duplicate skins will be rewarded as we transition. More info on specifics coming soon, which I'll do an entire video about, but it's actually confirmed now, y'all. The Bounty Store is actually leaving. So do not buy any skins unless you want a skin. I guess if you want one, you can buy it and you'll end up keeping it. If it still lets you buy skins, I don't know. And if not, just save all your bounty coins, and they're supposed to be, or like your duplicate skins, and they're all supposed to be, I guess, probably you're supposed to be giving like a compensation when whatever they try to do with the Bounty Store going forward, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody even care about the Bounty Store anyways? Like, the only reason that people use the Bounty Store is just to farm free stuff. Like, it doesn't really mean anything anyways. Half the time, like, there's not even any good skins in the Bounty Store anyways. Like, the skins that are actually put into the Bounty Store are all just recolors or garbage. So and the ones that they actually do put into the Bounty Store are really, really bad. Alright, that being actually said, we actually got the balance changes, which the major balance change I'm going to talk about right now going into this is that they actually, in the PTS currently, they actually removed the nimble buffs. If you guys don't remember, I did a patch notes breakdown when this was actually first released on around I think a day or two before the update show. If you guys missed that, I'll link that at the end of the video. But Nimble actually got buffed during that, and they actually completely removed that from the PTS, just because the remounting ability is actually going to be removed and only exclusive to payload. That's why they removed that, which I'm fine with. I don't think Nimble needed to be buffed anyways. It's a really cheap item, and it's a really simple item to build on a lot of builds. I didn't think it really needed to be buffed anyways, if I'm being 100% real with you guys. There's a lot of champions that are already really difficult and really mobile that have insane mobility. Like, they don't need Nimble even to be more powerful. I don't know, everybody's complaining about that, but I'm fine with it. For shifts, we finally got the healer shifts type thing. I'm not going to talk about it because it doesn't really pay. Andro got updated. Dark Stalker, which actually got updated now in the PTS. Netherstep now has 3 separate charges and is no longer linked. So there you go, I guess. I don't know if it'll be any good. I think the Darkstalker before, when you get extra damage when you're below 50% health, I think that actually is a better version of Darkstalker. This Darkstalker is the really like first version of it. I think it was like way back in the day. I don't know if it'll be any good. Atlas got his base health increased by 500. Whatever. I don't see that doing anything. Barrack Tinkerin got its damage increased by, how much is it? 110 damage? That's actually really crazy. An extra 110 damage with Tinkerin. That's crazy buff. That's not even with headshots. His weapon can actually headshot, which that's not even with headshots. So imagine with headshots, you're doing around like what, almost 1,000 damage. That's crazy, actually. What else we got? Fernando, Aegis. The shield health is being reduced by 400. Okay, 400, whatever. The reason why they're doing that is because they buffed Guardian, and they want people to pick Guardian. That doesn't mean you need to go and randomly nerf shields, though, does it? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Even with Guardian, like, Wrecker's still more effective than Guardian ever will be. Even if you stack a tier 3 of Guardian, Wrecker will be 10 times more effective. Still doesn't make sense. Furia, we actually got the numbers for Furia now. This is what everybody's been actually wanting, is the actual like numbers and everything that they changed with the supports. This is what it currently is, at least when I'm recording this on the PTS, until they changed it at least. But this is what it currently is and what's slated to go live in like 2.5 weeks whenever the patch drops. If they don't change anything, that is. They still have 2 weeks for the PTS cycle yet if they want to change stuff. Furia got a useless 10 damage nerf, okay. Pyre Strike, an additional 20 damage, got it buffed up to by a 0.2 seconds. I don't know why they buffed Pyre Strike. Why? Kindle Soul is now actually only an 850 base heal, and they nerfed the secondary healing over 2 seconds from 400 down to 340. So how much was that? Like a good, and I was at about like 60 health plus another like 250, so like around about what, 320 health, something around there. So they took away 320 healing total from Furia for no reason. I understand they're trying to rework the categories and they got this weird category system for some of the supports. At the same time, some of the other supports don't have it, which I don't understand. They want to do this entire like medical type system where they have like 3 different categories for all the support talents, but there's only like 5 supports that it actually is affected with. If you're going to do that, you got to do it for every single support in the entire game. Either you go fully with it or you don't. You don't do it with 5 supports and you let half the other supports completely do whatever they want. And now we're nerfing numbers for no reason, and they nerfed the Inflame by 1 second for whatever reason. Why did Furia's ult need a nerf? I don't know. It is one of the most balanced ults in the game. And granted, like, there's not like an actual check to it apart from like waiting out the duration, but still, it's just how you play around it, which is why it's balanced. Either you play around it or you don't. Rock. Here's another questionable balance changes. They nerfed the healing on his base healing totem. Do you really want people to play Grok as an actual healer? Because who the fuck is going to do that? And then they nerfed his damage by 5 on his main weapon. Whatever. Grok sucks. Who cares? Grover, throwing axe. They actually, at max range, they decreased the damage by 100. So the max amount of damage you can do now at max range is only 650. That's really stupid. And then they nerfed his healing again. They reworked Grover before, like a couple patches ago, back in, like, I don't know, it was like mid-season around in 2022. And now they're nerfing his healing again for whatever reason, his base heals. Passive heals around you now, it was 80, now it's 75, the little tick heals you get by standing by him. And now the burst heal is nerfed by 50. Whatever. Again, I like I said, I don't know why they're doing an entire like talent system and doing like the entire like surgery or surgical type system, whatever they're calling it, for the supports, when they're only doing it for like 5 supports out of the entire game. Ying doesn't have it, Lilith doesn't have it, Genos doesn't have it. There's a few other supports that don't have it. Why is it being Corvus doesn't have it? Like, why is it only for 5 supports? If you're going to do something like that, you got to do it for every single support. Either you go full with it or you don't. Again, it doesn't make sense. Unless they're waiting on feedback. I don't know. And they can change it in the future before it goes to the live patch and they'll add more. I don't know. Anara, Stone Spear, remove the self-slow. I don't know why she ever had that to begin with, and she's been in the game forever. That should have been a thing that's been removed a long time ago. Earthing Guard, damage reduction increased. Mother's Grace, damage reduction increased from 10 to 15 and 30 to 35, whatever. Cosme, huge nerf to Cosme, actually. I don't know, does that actually make her viable now, or actually, like, able to actually deal with her without her being a brain-dead champion? But I still think she needs to be removed from the game. Yokai Doll now actually requires a target before it can be fired. So you actually have to have somebody and be aiming at somebody to do damage. Wow. I still think she's garbage. I think Cosme is a poorly designed champion. Here's the problem we're going to have with Cosme now. She's a poorly designed champion that shouldn't even be in the game to begin with, and they're already having problems balancing her, but just because she's poorly designed to begin with. If they want Cosme to be good and actually, like, do something for the game, they got to entirely rework her already, and she hasn't even been in the game the entire year, and they're never going to do that. So either they delete her from the game, or she's going to be a balancing nightmare the entirety that she is in the game. I guess they're going to go down the second options route, because they don't want to rework her, and they added a champion in the game that was poorly designed. One of the worst designed champions out of the entirety of Paladins history. Pip, they nerfed Pip's numbers. Explosive Flask by 5 damage, and they nerfed Potion Launcher by 30. Whatever. Who cares? Who's going to be actually playing Pip? Like, I love Pip, he's a cool champion, but, like, who's actually going to still play him? I don't know. Subservience got nerfed by a 0.5%. Why? Again, another balance change that just is like scratching your head on why it's even needed. It's so minuscule, and it's just kind of like one of those things that's just changing numbers for no reason. Leave it the way it is. Don't fuck with shit if it isn't broken or if it isn't causing problems. Please. Just don't fucking change stuff just to add it to the patch note or say we changed something extra with one of the tanks when there's nothing needed to be changed. I'll never understand why they do that. Sky, they reduced the cooldown of Hidden by 1 second. Who cares? Gonna do nothing for her. She's still gonna be incredibly annoying. Torvald buffs. I think these are probably the best buffs out of the entire patch, if I'm being real with you guys. These changes to Torvald. They increased the shield cap to 3,000 and the nullify from 2,200 up to 3,000. Good. And he gets a little bit better with the buffed Guardians. So Torvald will be a little bit better. I don't think he's going to be crazy good. He's going to be a little bit better, but he's still going to be pretty bad. But it's a step in the right direction. 7. This is the only 7 nerf we got. This is a fucking joke. This is an absolute fucking joke. Heavy SMG burst mode damage reduced by 5 damage. The real problem with 7 is he does too much damage at any range. You're still with burst mode, you're still like doing crazy damage at like medium range for a flank. It's crazy. They need to nerf 7 a lot more. He's fucking crazy. Especially with Andro being reworked and that type of thing. Like, you gotta nerf 7. He's on the rise again. I can already see him being like picked and banned every single game when Season 6 drops because he's gonna be busted. Then Ying, increase the healing on Ying up to 420. Whatever. It's gonna do nothing because an extra 20 health and 20 heals is still gonna do nothing when her entire talents need to be reworked. That's the only way a Shelver be good. And then we don't have anything else here. Nothing with Lex, no Lex nerfs, no Moji reworks, no Moji buffs, no Amani buffs, no Tiberius buffs. Nothing else here at all. There's nothing else. Unless they're planning on add more. They didn't even add this to the actual like patch notes either. This was a huge change. Why wasn't this in the actual like patch notes? Fixed an issue where Rejuvenate was healing for incorrect numbers. So Azan was buying Rejuvenate and he wasn't getting the max value out of Rejuvenate. No wonder he was bad. No wonder he wasn't as good because he was buying Rejuvenate and he wasn't getting the correct numbers. That's a huge bug. Glad that's fixed. And I don't know why this ain't in the patch notes. Ray got indirectly nerfed again. Fixed an issue where Rain's chain heal wouldn't bounce properly between allies. This issue was caused by last patch's buff to projectile speed and has been reverted as we investigate the issue. So they put Ray on here in the bug bug fixes section. But when they should have put her in the balance change section because she got nerfed. They reverted one of the buffs they gave her last patch. So she got nerfed, so she's even worse than she is already. One of the worst champions in the game, and also another support, by the way, that isn't affected by the new the talent system or whatever they're trying to do with the surgery type thing. Which I think actually would benefit Ray. I think out of all the supports in the game, I think the one that actually would benefit for like the new talent thing would be Ray. I really do, because she's just fucking garbage. I don't know. That's all we got, at least for balance. Apart from that, a few other small things I'm going to talk about. We actually got a couple devs leaving the game. Carl actually left the game and actually got moved to Smite because I'll throw a screenshot of what she said on screen right now. But she got moved to Smite because Smite needs more devs, right? Yeah, I don't know. Screw Smite. Smite's garbage. If you're a Smite person that just swings from Smite's nutsack, please click off the video and unsubscribe, because Smite's just garbage. So bad. It's legit sapping all the resources from every single high-res game, and it's like the only thing that actually matters to them is Smite. I don't know if high-res realize this, but they actually have a bunch of other games that are also being developed under their franchise, not just one. And then, I mean, at the same time, I don't know who's going to replace her. Like, are they actually finding replacements? And then the next thing we got to talk about is Thunderbrush is actually leaving, which is a big deal because he's actually one of the like OG devs and like the last OG dev that actually has left. I was going to talk about this a couple days ago. It's actually kind of old news. It's almost like a week old, but I didn't have a chance to upload the entire week because there really wasn't anything worth uploading about until now, so I kind of just threw it into this video. But Thunderbrush is actually leaving the game. Kind of sad, but it's mainly due to his health, I guess, and he just wants a break from the game, wants to do something else. So, just kind of really sad because he's one of the last like OG devs still working on the game, and at this point, like I think every single person that's actually working on the game has only been there for like maybe at the max, maybe like 2.5 years, maybe 3, and maybe there's some people that have there been for like 3 years, but. At the same time, they just lost their lead art director and one of their animators. So my question is, are they actually replacing these people? Do they have people that are actually going to be replacing Thunderbrush and replacing Carl? Or are they just going to give somebody else that's already working on Paladins the workload of 2 people that just left the game and add that to their already, like, all their workload? They can't even handle what they already have with an incredibly small dev team. You guys thought the dev team for 2022 was really small. We have the smallest dev team the game has ever seen now. Starting in 2023, we're barely even a month into the year. 2 devs already left, and they promised the game is going to be like around for many years to come, and it's going to be one of the biggest years for the game. But we have the smallest dev team, and devs are leaving like mad. Doesn't really look too good when you say that the longevity is what you have in mind for the game. It doesn't look too good when your OG dev like Thunderbrush is leaving. Mainly, it's mainly because of his choice. Like I understand, but like at the same time, you're taking away devs and you're putting them into Smite. You're taking them and making them work on Smite. Are you replacing these people, or are you just going to put all the workload from the animator onto a current animator, which there really is only, I think there's only 2. Is there only like 2 left? 2 animators that are actually working on the game. You're going to take all the work from the 3rd one that got moved to Smite and put that onto the 2nd one, or the other 2 of them. And then who's going to replace Thunderbrush? And a small dev team that already has way too much on their plate and can't do anything the way it is, and can barely get enough out content-wise the way it is, and you're removing people and letting people willingly leave, and you're just going to make the people that are already still working on the game just overwhelmed and even put more onto their plate that they can't handle. Looks really good for the longevity of the game this year, y'all. And not really good start to the year. I'm trying to be optimistic, but we haven't even had the Season 6 launch patch yet. And we're only a month into the year, and we have like 2 devs leaving the game. And that's not even counting Necro, which was at the end of last year. So I don't know. If you guys think we're going to have a huge content patches for the entire year as well, you guys are like living in La La Land. I guarantee you, like with how small the dev team is now, like we need content for the game, and that's the main thing the game lacks, is meaningful content to keep people entertained and sink their teeth into for like an entire patch cycle. And I guarantee you we're probably going to maybe get like 4 or 5 skins for these next couple patches, and maybe a little bit of balance, and that'll be about it. I don't know about you guys, but it's getting to the point where I wouldn't even call these updates like actual like updates. They're like bug fix updates with like a little content added to them. That's pretty much what they're all really is. There's not nearly enough bugs being fixed. There's not nearly enough content. There's not nearly enough stuff being done. They removed the bounty store. They removed the Trials of the Realm. Is the Trials of the Realm being removed because that they don't have enough time to work on it or enough manpower to work on that? Is that the real reason why it's being removed? Same with the bounty store. They don't have enough time to work on it anymore because they have such a small dev team now. Probably is the real reason, but they just don't want to say it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys like these videos, let me know. I'll keep on bringing them you guys' way. It was kind of a long video. I didn't mean this video to go that long, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Also, depending when you're seeing this, I'll probably be live. If you guys want to see when I'm live, I stream Paladins, Apex Legends, Splatoon 3, a bunch of other stuff. Overwatch. We got Overwatch Season 3 on the way here this next week, which I'll try to be streaming. If you guys do not want to miss that, subscribe. And apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, everybody.